Palace 12:30 would have been a bigger stretch anyway, do you know what I mean? Because it's South London, it's hard to get to, especially after our Christmas night out though. It was like, it had no chance. But I did enjoy rolling into the pub on Saturday. Everyone's still a little bit pissed, a little bit like a stag do in the morning after, just like trading stories and trying to piece together memories. And then we had a real laugh in the pub, and I'm sure like, you know, you were delighted just to be at home on the sofa watching it. But was there a bit of you like, I wish I was in Selhurst Park first or in the Red Lion with them?
100%, yeah. But I think like the first sort of, it's one of those games where like the first sort of 80 minutes of it, you're watching it and you're like actually quite happy that you've watched it at home. But then the payoff comes and like you're seeing the away end and think, oh, maybe I could have gone to Pat. Now you see with the trains and stuff like that, I'd never have made it. What a mad sort of 3 p.m. it was in terms of like. I just watched Liverpool be as bad as they've been all season, and I'd watched so much of what we've seen at different times for Liverpool this season. So Alisson having to save them, subs coming on to save the game for us. You know, I'd seen them be. You know, I think we had 2 shots on target, and they were both the goals. Like, you know, it wasn't a big performance by any means, and you feel as if Liverpool got away with it, and then suddenly Liverpool are top. And then you see what happens with Arsenal, and even City have to come from behind, and it just feels incredible. Liverpool are top at this stage, but like we still don't know exactly how good they are, and no one's really talking about Liverpool as being like, you know, there's not this like big story within the media at the moment that it's the title contenders, because they're not. These aren't emphatic wins. But they've got 9 points. There's so much like conflicting in my head. But it's exciting. Sets up a monstrous 2 weeks here.
It's funny because I had 5 Live on Sunday morning. I was out and about, so just listening to them. They were talking about the Premier League season, how exciting it is this year, and then they were talking about all the teams that are at the top and all the stories. And then they mentioned Liverpool last, but it was sort of like a bit of an afterthought. And then they were like, oh yeah, and of course Liverpool are back at the top and stuff like that. And before all that, you know, they talked about, you know, Spurs and Arsenal and you know, even Villa, who are obviously having an amazing season, sort of fair play. And then they were like, of course City will be there. And then they said, oh yeah, and then there's Liverpool. And I'm all right with that, you know what I mean?
100%.
Because I feel like, you know, people might be in for a bit of a shock, like come Christmas, hopefully, because, like you say, it's this massive week coming up. It's 3 home games. I absolutely can't wait for them. There's Union first, obviously, but you know, these 3 home games, I'm so excited for, because I think our home form is so good that it puts us in an amazing position to be like not just top because we are already, but like, you know, top with a bit of room come Christmas Day.
Definitely, and City at the Club World Cup as well. Yeah. People aren't talking about it, and you know, there's a world in which I think they play on the 27th. There's a world in which by the time they play Everton, maybe 28th, by the time they play Everton at Goodison, that Liverpool could be 10 points clear, and obviously they'll have like, you know, 10 points clear of City, and they'll have those games in hand. But that's big pressure, isn't it? Yeah. You know, suddenly that's a big massive gap that's opened up. And look, we have to win these next 2. These next 2 are just like massive, monstrous games, aren't they? And you know, the 3 that they've just won in a row. You know, none of them have been like these like convincing wins. No one's looking at us and saying like, you know, we've steamrolled these teams, because we haven't. But we've set up a platform for the next 2, and you know, that Arsenal game. I'm really excited, and I'm really happy, because like, you know, there's been too many seasons. I mean, last season where, you know, you get to this stage and it just doesn't feel quite right, and you know, suddenly these games aren't as big as what they can be, and. But these next 2 are huge. No, I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. And like you say, Craig, like this is where you want to be, because, you know, last season, like we were like trying to get ourselves up for like a battle for 4th place, both on and off the pitch really, and the players sort of never really managed it, you know, and the crowd was, a lot of people last season saying to you at different times, oh yeah, you know, after Paris and everything last year, I'm just sort of struggling to get into it. No one's saying that now. No. I was boss. I did a gig on Saturday night and then got the train home afterwards, and some fella just come up to me, went top of the league table and stuff like that. Like, you know, people who like you've never met are just coming up because like you recognise you or whatever, just want to have a chat about the league. I know, like, I saw Ryan Patton, who done the post-match stuff with, like, he like stayed out for ages. I don't think he expected to, because like it just gets in you, doesn't it? And it gets in the city, and fair play, Everton are playing as well, so they're all made up, and so it just, something does happen where you're like, yeah, strap me in, I'm ready to go again.
Yeah, And I think it comes at a perfect time as well. Like, I think for us as a fan base, like you say, like having last season.
YouTube, press the button, become a member of the Anfield Wrap from the heart of the city of Liverpool. The best way to enjoy all your Liverpool-based videos, everything you need, every single day. It is the Anfield Wrap.